Sustainable development is the idea that human societies must live and meet their needs without compromising the ability of future generations to meet their own needs. In the construction industry, sustainable infrastructure refers to infrastructure projects that are planned, designed, constructed, operated, and decommissioned in a manner to ensure economic, financial, social, and environmental sustainability over the entire life cycle of the project.
The demands of sustainable global infrastructure reinforce and unite almost all the UN Sustainable Development Goals. Therefore, sustainable infrastructure should be a priority in any country's development planning. While infrastructure offers solutions to sustainable development, infrastructure assets can have negative impacts. Cited from The Economist, infrastructure is responsible for more than 60% of the global greenhouse gas emissions. Erecting and running buildings, for example, consumes 36% of the world's energy and produces some 40% of energy-related carbon emissions.
In the recent decades, the construction sector has taken initiatives to become more circular and sustainable. One of which is by utilizing the digital transformation of construction. However, the challenges are huge, and we have to change the way we design, construct, and maintain our built environment. Therefore, the construction sector needs to adapt in order to become future-proof.
As the global COVID-19 pandemic forces many construction players to digitize and use technology, this dynamic will likely only continue to accelerate. We expect that the continuing pandemic will accelerate the use of technology, and the construction industry will continue its transformation from a highly complex, fragmented, and project-based industry to a more standardized, consolidated, and integrated one.
Digital platforms support collaboration and information exchange, and in the end, allow us to integrate sustainable practices into our decision-making. Helping make the connection between sustainability goals and innovative digital design and construction technologies, while identifying and overcoming barriers to their adoption at the project level, is key to driving sustainability successes across the industry.
Hello designers, engineers, architects, builders. When it comes to CAD software, you have more options than you think. BREX is a modern, cost-effective CAD design platform. It's based on the industry standard DWG file format and is used for 2D drafting and 3D modeling. BREX offers a user interface and command structure familiar to users of the most popular CAD applications. Almost no extra training needed. And benefit from innovative functionality powered by machine learning and resulting from continuous research and development. Switch to BREX and you'll tap into a plug-and-play ecosystem of hundreds of industry-specific third-party applications. The platform even serves as a foundation for advanced building information modeling and mechanical design, all based on native DWG file format. Unlike other CAD products, BricsCAD requires no rental subscription. You buy it once, and it's forever yours. Embrace the power of design tomorrow, today. Download BricsCAD today and start your free 30-day trial.
Do you need a powerful tool that is able to help you with your structural projects? SiteCAD has been developed to carry out the analysis and design of reinforced concrete, steel, timber, and aluminium structures. Enabling a comprehensive methodology with unlimited potential, the program guarantees maximum reliability of analysis results and interoperability with different programs. Here, the user can choose from an extensive catalogue of materials, specifications, and layouts to satisfy their needs. Columns, walls, shear walls, hollow core slabs, joist floor slabs, and many other elements can all be intelligently designed according to the user's needs and codes of practice, including seismic and earthquake options as standard, forming a unity between user and interface like no other. In addition, never before has the configuration of composite elements been so intuitive and user-friendly. The user is able to select and position all components using the Composite Element Manager, and also design, calculate and size the structural components, their foundations, and the connections between these elements all in one place. Numerous standards adopted around the world have also been implemented in the solution, enabling the user to pick and design certain elements based on a range of possibilities and requirements they may need, from reinforcement options to visual analysis simulations. Automatically combine your physical and analytical models to enhance visual representation of any project. Produce a wide range of sleek reports and drawings that can be customized to your liking and shared with project collaborators, all at the click of a button. It's never been easier to collaborate. SiteCAD is also linked to the Open BIM workflow, allowing project teams to collaborate in the most efficient and effective ways available. SiteCAD, reliable structures, precise drawings.
No matter how we start our day, it seems that we are rushing around doing the same old things and suffer from work inefficiency. Sometimes we feel helpless in managing our tasks overall. Want to change this? We bring you Cubicost, a BIM-based cost management solution. The world is constantly changing, but we can always find a way to cope and respond wisely. For a better life, we shall stay calm and work things out easily. With the proper tools and approaches, we forge our own direction efficiently. Without restrictions, we unlock potentiality and do things more meaningfully. Over the time, we are more than colleagues. We work together speedily with little effort and greater return. We complete our work faster, so we can lay back and enjoy life. We are working for concrete jungle, but we will retain our humanity. While there's nothing difficult, there's always someone who can help us through. Correcting mistakes is common, and it shouldn't be the reason for us slowing down. Looking at the big picture, when all of the results can be seen, everything is within our grasp. Dealing with problems speedily, steadily, accurately, and firmly. We grow stronger when we practice more often. Looking back at the past while plotting the future is the key for success. We review all the previous projects to prepare for the future. This is to increase the probability and success in future projects. We will struggle with details, which are now been taken care of. Many little things grow into something much bigger. We obey the principles and fight for the details. Every effort shall be seen, and none of them would be wasted. While we forge a path, we review the past. Each ordinary road has a path to follow, and every bright future is accumulated by the past. When our efforts have been digitized, the records of our footprints lead us to the future. Numbers are cold and indifferent, but dreams are burning and driving us forward. To achieve greater success with better work efficiency and management convenience. Cubicost, providing you with a BIM-based cost management solution.
close, we're falling to the ground. Sirens keep on driving, flashing light. Oh, what a night! I missed your bed, I lost my head, and it's sunning. Where's the running? For a roof, the hour last, I'm barefoot naked. Don't you let me go. To your place, 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 we're on our way, we're on our way, we're on our way. Somehow, pull me close, close, close. We're losing time, time, time. We're losing time, time, time. I'm falling to the when we are young.
Bersama Presiden Joko Widodo meninjau pembangunan sarana-prasarana dan terminal multifungsi di Labuan Bajo, Manggarai, Nusa Tenggara Timur.
dalam acara groundbreaking Terminal BBM Pertamina di Terminal Multipurpose Labuan Bajo. Boleh saya minta apresiasi yang tinggi untuk acara hari ini. Terima kasih.
Selamat ulang tahun Virama Karya yang ke-60. Semoga Virama Karya menjadi perusahaan yang selalu tangguh. Selamat.
Ucapkan terima kasih atas kerjasama dan bantuan Virama Karya dan beserta manajemennya yang telah membantu mewujudkan cita-cita kami di Wai Kelambu, sehingga terminal multipurpose Pelabuhan Wai Kelambu bisa terbangun dengan sesuai target waktu yang ditetapkan. Sekali lagi sukses untuk Virama Karya demi Negara Kesatuan Republik Indonesia.
KPA, PPK juga penyedia dan konsultan MK. Dalam hal ini PT Virama Karya. Terima kasih sekali lagi, apresiasi dan selamat buat hari ulang tahun yang ke-60 dari kami UPP kelas 2 Labuan Bajo. Terima kasih dan salam hormat kami untuk pimpinan dan jajaran.
Saya selalu PPK di UPP Labuan Bajo mengucapkan banyak terima kasih pada teman-teman bantuan dari PT Virama Karya selaku manajemen konstruksi yang telah kita buktikan bersama selama pelaksanaan kegiatan dengan sukses, dengan profesionalisme yang tinggi, dan karyanya yang kita diapresiasi dari semua pihak. Semoga karya-karya kita ini selalu bermanfaat, baik negara dan untuk selanjutnya.
Selamat ulang tahun PT Virama Karya ke-60, terus berkarya untuk Indonesia maju.
Selamat ulang tahun PT Virama Karya ke-60. Kami dari staf manajemen cabang Jawa Timur beserta tim proyek Pelabuhan Multipurpose Wai Kelambu mengucapkan Virama Karya selalu jaya.
Selamat ulang tahun PT Virama Karya yang ke-60. Berkarya untuk Indonesia maju.
Delta Sistek Indonesia is a company agent and licensee of DSI products, Technic and services in Indonesia. Established in Jakarta on 23 April 1996 as a Germany-Indonesian joint venture company,
with the name of Citra Daiwadag Systems. On 2001, both shareholders agreed to withdraw the company name, and in return Delta Sistek Indonesia took over Eversense. Delta Sistek Indonesia has established itself as one of the leading companies specialized in construction systems and techniques for both reinforced and pre-stressed concrete structures. We offer our clients comprehensive quality management, which organizes all quality-related activities and bring them together into a quality assurance scheme.
Life is beautiful whenever I am where you are. Life is magical. You cast a spell and fill my sky with stars, and in my heart I know
Okay, hello everyone. Good afternoon. Selamat datang di acara International BIM Workshop ICEE 2022 dengan VREX. Sebelumnya, kenalin dulu nih teman-teman, nama aku Dasya Zafandi, bisa dipanggil aja Dasya, yang akan menjadi pemandu acara untuk workshop hari ini. Nah, pada acara workshop hari ini, peserta akan belajar bareng-bareng nih mengenai salah satu software BIM yang sering digunakan di dunia konstruksi, yaitu VREX. Workshop hari ini terdiri dari sesi pemaparan materi singkat mengenai software VREX dan dilanjutkan dengan sesi tanya-jawab dengan instruktur. Nah, buat teman-teman nih yang memiliki pertanyaan selama keberlangsungan workshop, dapat menyampaikan pertanyaannya pakai platform Slido. Untuk linknya akan di-share oleh panitia. Atau peserta dapat langsung aja nih raise hand dan berinteraksi secara langsung dengan instruktur kami dengan via on mic. Peserta diharapkan dapat mendownload software serta guidelines yang telah dikirimkan via chat Zoom. Nah, selain itu nih teman-teman, ada lagi nih yang menarik. Jadi akan ada voucher total Rp500.000 untuk peserta yang beruntung. Nah, gimana sih cara mendapatkannya? Nah, makanya nih teman-teman jangan lupa mengisi form absensi dan menggunakan virtual background yang akan dikirimkan oleh panitia dalam kolom chat. Nah, dalam workshop ini ada beberapa aturan yang harus diikuti oleh semua peserta. Yang pertama, peserta diharapkan menggunakan nama asli dalam Zoom dan hadir sebelum acara dimulai. Kedua, peserta diharapkan untuk tidak on mic apabila tidak diperkenankan oleh moderator atau aku. Ketiga, peserta dapat menyampaikan pertanyaannya secara langsung di Zoom pada waktu yang disediakan oleh moderator dengan cara memperkenalkan diri, on cam dan juga raise hand. Dan keempat, peserta tidak diperkenankan menyebarkan link Zoom ke pihak lainnya. Dan kelima dan yang terakhir adalah peserta wajib mengisi form presensi dan form feedback untuk memperoleh sertifikat kepesertaan. Nah, sebelum kita mulai nih, aku pengen nanya-nanya dulu nih kepada teman-teman semuanya. I want to know how do you feel ada di Zoom kali ini. Ada 150 peserta nih. So, buat teman-teman to show your excitement, boleh banget on cam dan menggunakan virtual background that has been provided by the committee. Dan juga bisa maybe meramaikan kolom chat ataupun give a reaction through the features yang ada di Zoom. Nah, sebelum aku memperkenalkan the speakers, please teman-teman, let's all turn on your cameras to show your excitement to the speakers as well. Okay, so without further ado, untuk acara workshop pada hari ini, kita telah mengundang perwakilan dari salah satu software BIM terkemuka di dunia, yaitu the Chief Business Officer of VREX Software, Philip Akats, and the founder of Archilance, Harbayu Budi, dan pasti nih banyak peserta yang ingin segera memulai workshop kita hari ini. So, what are we waiting for? Without further ado, please welcome our instructor for today, Sir Philip Akats and Sir Harbayu Budi. Okay, good afternoon, sir.
Okay, thank you. Good afternoon.
Okay, the time and Zoom is fully yours by now.
Okay, shall I share my screen then?
Yes.
Okay, here we go. All right. Okay, everybody can see my screen. Everything is okay. The sound is okay.
Apa ini, Kak?
Everything is okay, right? So everything is okay. I can start, right? Okay. Well, good morning, everyone, and thank you for having this presentation with me today. Today, we're going to talk about BIM, building information modeling, and we're going to talk about how to use virtual reality in a BIM project. So I'm going to talk a bit about the VREX, first of all, And then we will have a live session with Arbayu from Achilantis. And Arbayu will be in a desktop and I will be in a virtual reality, and we will go into a model together. So, but first of all, I just want to explain to you how this works and what do we do with the VREX today. First of all, we do have a lot of very good review from our customers. We have international customers. VREX is a Norwegian company. We are based in Norway, and we have customers all over the world, from Japan to United States and South Africa, everywhere, and Europe, of course. And we are working with very large companies like Schlumberger, Bosch, I guess you know these people. And we have excellent review from these customers. They are just so happy to use the virtual reality to control and check their models, that once they start with virtual reality, usually they just continue, because this is really another dimension on how you can analyze and understand the models that you create for your project. So what is VREX? So VREX is all about collaboration and digital meeting. So the whole idea is that once you have created your models for architecture and plumbing, electricity, everything, all these people need to combine their models to make sure there is no problem, right? You don't want to have a pipe that goes through a door, for instance, or these kind of things. You want to make sure people have access to the right places. There's a lot of things that you need to check to make sure that the models are good enough, and then the building people, the people on site, they can rely on the model to create the project. So VREX is all about meeting. So when you have done all your models, you need to check. So usually you would do what people call clash detection. And they were going to use some software like Navisworks or Solibri. And those software will edit some kind of clashes. Those clashes will be in the form of a BCF. BCF is BIM collaboration format. It's an international standard. And that standard is in a way that you have a picture, so you know where the problem is in the model. And it's geolocated, so you know exactly where it is. And then you have different attributes that you can give, like a priority, you can assign the task to someone, etc. So it's the way to manage the project, okay? And in VREX, you can open those BCF that has been created before, and then you can teleport yourself to that BCF, and then you can discuss with the people involved in the meeting and make a decision. So VREX is all about making a decision, but in virtual reality. And this will be also connected to the BIM connection or BIM collaboration platform that you may use. There are many use cases. I'm going to show you a few use cases and examples of how people use VREX today. But the idea is that anybody involved in a project, in a building project, can go into VREX and give their input. So of course, it could be the people from general contractors, the owner of the building, and also the end user. Like if you make a hospital, maybe you want the doctors to give you an advice before you actually build. You may want the acoustician to give you an advice about how to make the rooms. It will be a lot of different people who can give their input and make the models better. So it's the whole idea is that everybody can join and everybody can give their input, and that will help to coordinate and make the better collaboration for the building. Also, as VREX is a SaaS, software as a service in the cloud, you can access VREX from anywhere. You don't need to know about BIM. You don't even need VR, actually. You can use just your laptop. But of course, it's much better with VR because this is the third dimension. And then anybody can join from anywhere. And we have a lot of meetings, which are projects, international projects, where people could be in different countries, different places. They don't need to travel. They can just meet in the model in VREX. So they save a lot of time and money in traveling costs. So this is how it looks like. When you are into VREX, you have an avatar that looks like this, like little man with hard hat. And of course, you can join from VR from your place or an office. And you can also join on your laptop back home, or you can be in a meeting room and then with a large screen. So there's many different ways to use VREX and to be part of the meeting. The best part, of course, is to be in VR, so you can really experience the virtual reality way of viewing the models, because it is really very different. In virtual reality, you have different kind of softwares. Most people think virtual reality will be what you see on the right. It is very nice, but it doesn't help to create the building. It's just nice to sell the building. It's nice to make people dream about how it's going to be. So the building owners, or if you want to buy an apartment, this is the kind of virtual reality you would like, when you have the furniture, the texture, the grass, the sky, the sun, everything. But this is not what we do. There are different softwares to do that kind of things in VR, and it's a different approach of virtual reality. We are doing the technical part of VR. We are doing the BIM part, which is building information modeling. And we are talking to technical people, or people who are going to use the building, but in a technical way. Okay, so just make sure that you understand VREX is not for communication, presentation, and fancy, I call it Hollywood BIM, fancy presentation in virtual reality. You have other software for that, like Enscape or Twinmotion. But VREX is all about collaborate, making a decision, and making sure the building is going to be built as good as possible. Now, there's a few things that are really special for VREX. First of all, we have point cloud. I don't know if you're familiar with point cloud. It's when you scan the building, because it is a renovation, and point cloud is done. So people can actually create a new model based on reality, based on the point clouds. And then they can compare the point clouds and the models and make sure that the models are correct. So they can build, let's say, extension of the building, or integrate something new in the building, and they know it will be fitting correctly. We do have integration with a lot of different softwares. We have integration also with Navisworks. We do not store any file. I will explain later. We can take care of extremely large data sets. So we work on hospitals, airports, bridge, tunnels, large infrastructure, and of course, much smaller project as well, schools and things like that. But we are really special in doing very large projects. Also, we follow all the ISO standards, IFC, 19650, and BCF. IFC is an industry foundation class. This is, it's like the PDF of 3D models, if you prefer. When you have a model from this software and that software and the other software, they all have their own format. And to make sure that everybody can read this format, everybody can export into an IFC. So remember IFC as a PDF for 3D models. So when you export in IFC, then any other software can open the IFC and see the model as well. 19650 is the ISO standard now for BIM collaboration or BIM projects, and how to handle a BIM project. So it's quite complex. I'm not going to go into this, but there are all the steps on how to handle a BIM project. And BCF, as I said, that's a BIM collaboration format. And again, that's a standard, which is something we follow to the letter. So this is how the workflow could be with VREX. There's many different ways of working. What you see on the top left, these are the editing software. This is the kind of software you will create your model with, like Autodesk, Revit, AutoCAD, Archicad, Tekla. All these softwares you can create your 3D model with. Okay? And then under that, you got the BIM collaboration platform. That's BIMtrack, BIM Collab, BIM Sync, etc. Sorry. So usually what's happening is that you create your models, and you go down, you make your collision detection with a Solibri or Navisworks. You put your BCF, so the issues, you put them into a BIM Collab or BIM Track, and then you can look at them into VREX. So VREX, you get all the models, and then you get all the issues. And that's why you can really work, because you are really into the models with the right information. And any kind of workflow works fine. It just depends. Any company has their own kind of ways. So this is how it looks like. You see on top left, you have the model and you have all the attributes. Under that, you got the platform to collaborate, BIM Track, BIM Collab. And then you see Tron, colleague from VREX, is just, yeah, there is a problem here. There's a door which is behind the pipes, so this is not going to work. So then this is how you just look at it, and then you think, okay, how can we find a solution to solve this? And the issues, when you do it and create an issue in VREX or comment an issue in VREX, it will also be back into this BIM Collab, BIM Track platforms. So VREX is totally integrated in the BIM workflow, if you prefer. It's not something on the side. It's really something that's just another tool to be used to improve the project. When you use VREX, you don't need to share your files. So again, you save a lot of time, and these files are usually quite heavy. So it's very easy to create a room. I will show you a little bit. And it takes very little effort to update everything. So it's a very simple software to use. It's just effective. As I said, we have a very powerful system. We do not have a capacity limitation so far. We can take extremely large files. And again, we are the only VR solution on the market. You can use point cloud. Point cloud, if you don't realize, this is extremely heavy files. We are talking gigabytes of files. And we managed to display them into virtual reality. So we are the only one today on the market to be able to do that. And that's how it looks like. So when you are in virtual reality, you can see the models here, the door, for instance, at the end. And on the side, you see the scan that has been done. And that is the way to compare the point cloud and the model, just to make sure that, yeah, the model is according to reality. And then they can add whatever they need, like maybe a new piping system, new ventilation, maybe an extra room or whatever. But they know it's going to be fitting the reality. So point cloud is used more and more into building projects, of course, when there is an existing building. And for all the renovation parts, it's really something that a lot of companies do now. It's getting quite simple to do. It's not too expensive to do, but it's very heavy files. That's the only thing. It's really heavy. Here you have same. It's a point cloud, but the points are extremely big, so it looks like nearly like a flat surface. So you can really it looks nearly like a picture. So that's how good it can be. Now a few references, some very good cases that we've been working on. One of them is Fornebubanen. That's actually the project, one of the train stations we're going to visit today. So this is a 10 kilometers tunnel under Oslo in Norway. This is to connect the center of the city to a new business area. So they designed 6 train stations on the way, and it is a current project. They're actually doing it now because it's going to be delivered in 25. So they are drilling as we speak. And they are using VREX nearly every week just to manage the progress of the project. The architects, the Zaha Hadid, they are in London. And of course, the engineers are all in Norway. So to do the collaboration between the architects and engineers, they use VREX a lot. So this is really a tool that avoid traveling from London to Oslo all the time. Anyway, you cannot travel much these days. And this is really helping them to get a better project. Here we have it's the new hospital for children in Bergen, in the west part of Norway. So it's going to be a beautiful building. And as you can see on the right, all the models are in there. So it's, again, a very large project. And again, they are using VREX with collaboration with the doctors and the administration, check the offices, check the operating rooms, everything is checked with VREX, with all the people who will be using the building. And of course, the technical people as well. So that's a really, really nice project. Now, project is nice, but you want to know, okay, what can you do with VR? There are some specific use cases for virtual reality, because there's a lot of issues you can just fix just by looking at your screen. And if you are a good 3D modeler, you can just find a way. It's, you know, some of them are quite easy. In a large project, you may have hundreds of BCF. You may have hundreds of cases to fix. But they are very simple to do, but some of them are more complex. For instance, here, typical industrial case. You see they did a point cloud. They scanned the existing equipment in the factory, but they need to add a new pipe for whatever reason. And then they made the model of this new pipe and just to make sure that it's going to fit perfectly with the existing system. Because if they miss something, this pipe is just one of its kind. So it has to be absolutely perfect to the millimeter. And that's how they work with VR, just to check how good it is. Okay, so that's one of the cases in industry. Another case, and that's a story we had in Oslo again for a university. So they made the models, everything was okay, according to regulations, everything was fine. And one of the students, you see the girl on the right, she's on a wheelchair, she's a handicapped person. And she looked at the model and she said, I'm not very impressed, imponert, as they say in Norwegian. They say, not impressed by this model. I think there's a lot of things that are not good for us. And there was an article in a newspaper. And this created quite a stir in Norway because they are very concerned about the access to people with a handicap, especially students. So suddenly there was a huge meeting. And one of the companies in the project is called Skanska. At Skanska, you have one BIM manager who happens to be also in a wheelchair. So as he said himself, he's a specialist of VR and BIM, and he's also a specialist of wheelchair. So he could definitely fix some issues. So they did organize a really big meeting. There was a representative from the government, for the handicapped people, representative from the university, from the students, and from, of course, the general contractors and all the trades involved in the project. But that was nearly an official meeting. It was quite a big session, okay, because it was getting public. And the people who designed the university were really getting in trouble. So they really wanted to make this, this meeting nearly public. So they went into the model. And you see Kim from Skanska. Rullestol means a wheelchair in Norwegian. So they've been through a lot of issues. And within 1 hour, they found 50 issues. 50 issues which were not detected before. Everything seems to be okay according to the rules. But if you are really in a wheelchair, you can see there's a lot of issues that you cannot turn around. There's no room in the locker room. There's not enough room in the toilets, etc., etc. So the conclusion of this big meeting, well, they had to change a lot of the design. So this is going to be a really nice university. It's going to be extremely modern. Everything's going to be very nicely done. But at the same time, now they have to change a lot of things just to comply with how you can make sure that people in a wheelchair can have the same access than anyone. So they don't have to go through half the building to just go one floor up. And they can sit with other friends and students in any place in the area. So the whole point is universal design. Anybody, even in a wheelchair, can have access to any place in the building. And that was the key. So that's really a very strong case for the use of VR in the BIM project. Another use case is also planning the security. You see, it's a very key thing to plan when you have on site. So this company, Consto, they are a consulting company, and what they do is they look at all the models, and then they make sure that every safety requirement is okay, and they check every part of the equipment. So they also use VR for this. So that's a key thing. And last but not least is acoustics. We have a customer who's an acoustician, and he realized he could really get what he calls a gut feeling in the room. Just looking at the 3D model on the screen, it's not the same as being in VR and being able to feel the room, because these acousticians, they are between science and feeling. And for them, it's really important to really visualize the room in the right size, one-to-one. Also, when they are there, they can check the plumbing and ventilation installation. Those are very noisy equipment in the building, and you don't want I don't know, some high ventilation just above a meeting room, for instance, or this kind of thing. And this is really something that this company is using now every day. They use VREX to check the models, and they go into the models and make sure that there's less and less sound issues. Like, you know, a big meeting room, and just next to it, you don't want to have noise going to a private discussion. So acoustics, security, universal access, technical check. So you see, there's many, that's just a few examples of how VREX can help in getting a better design for a building. So VR is really key for all these people. They use it all the time. Just to finish on VREX is that the IT security. So we very often have questions from the IT people. They want to know if this is safe, if they can integrate that into their IT solutions. And as I said, yes, it is, because we do not store the BIM files. The way it works is that people get their models, they create a VREX room. So we basically transform the IFC or original files into a VREX file. So we make a picture, basically. So, and we get rid of the file, of the original. So we do not store the original file. So that's very important for the IT people. And you don't need to share them as well, because some solutions you need to share the models, and we don't do that. So people can have access to the model without having the original file, and that's really important for them. We have this penetration test, which is really positive now. We don't store any copies of the issues as well. So this is totally safe. We just keep the image, and that's all. So, and the image of the room, VREX room, you can only access if you have been invited in that room. So there's no other way. And of course, it's end-to-end encryption. So that's the way we can ensure that the IT departments are quite happy with how we handle the data, and that is no breach in any security for them. So that's really a key also. It's a key element when you're doing a SaaS service. So if you want to try VREX, it's always possible, of course. You can just go on vrx.no, and there is a free trial for those who want. And I think there's quite a lot of students also here today. We do have also special conditions for universities and schools. So if you're a student, you can definitely use VREX as well during your courses. Okay. Now, what I want to do, I want to show you how we create the room in VREX. So let me try that. Okay, can I do this? Sorry. There you go. And we're gonna go here. Okay.
You still
Yes.
share your slide.
Sorry.
You the
I need to share again. Okay. It's here. This one. Okay. Can you see this?
Yeah, clearly.
Okay. So now you see I am in the VREX app, and this is how I handle my project. So if you want to create a project in VREX, it's very simple. Just create a project, and then you have just put the name, and you can create the project. Then in your project, that's the one we're going to check today, what you will see is that you have your models, okay? And if you want to add a model, it's very simple. You go there and you upload the model, or you upload a scan, or you can go to all these softwares to upload the models you need, okay? And then when you've done that, you create a VREX room. Again, it's quite simple to do. You just create a room. And you can invite people. So, hey, the people are invited. Okay. So that's the way it works. It's very simple to use. And you just import the models, invite the people, create a VREX room, and then people can actually go to the VREX viewer, okay? You download the VREX viewer, and once you've done that, then you have access to the VREX room, either from your PC or with VR. And yeah, and that's it for me now. I think the idea would be to join with Arbaye in this project, which is airport, not airport, sorry, train station in the Fornebu-Bannen project. Arbaye, are you connected now?
I'm connected now. I will use my VR too. But it is okay. What do you think, Philip? If we give a chance for to the floor, can see with us on the room too? It's okay.
If people can join in,
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's going to be a lot of people. I'm not sure this is going to be possible. But if you have the room code and you download the viewer,
Yeah.
yes, it is possible.
Oke, sorry, moderator Mbak Dasha, apakah saya bisa untuk teman-teman, apakah sudah ada yang mendownload softwarenya atau belum? Kalaupun sudah ada yang mendownload, nanti kita akan coba memberikan akses ke beberapa orang yang bisa ikut nanti di dalamnya untuk melihat dari versi desktopnya. Apakah memungkinkan gitu, Mbak Dasha?
Sangat memungkinkan sih Pak. Jika ada teman-teman yang udah mendownload softwarenya, boleh nih mungkin di kolom chat atau langsung raise hand aja kali ya?
Boleh. Mungkin saya akan berikan mungkin kepada 3 orang mungkin ya, 3 orang yang sudah download bisa raise hand. Nanti akan saya direct berikan room code-nya mungkin. Oke. Apakah ada yang raise hand? Sorry, saya nggak kelihatan nih. Oke.
Ada nih Pak, Ricky Dina.
Ricky Dina. Oke, sebentar saya cek satu-satu ya.
Ada Ariel dan yuk teman-teman satu kuota lagi nih untuk bisa terjun langsung ya. A golden opportunity. Kenapa Pak?
Ricky Dina, siapa?
Ya, mungkin saya chat ya di.
Oh gini Mbak Dasa, saya kasih kodenya ke Mbak Dasa ya. Nanti Mbak Dasa.
Oh, oke.
Nah, saya kasih. Ya, saya chat ya ke Mbak Dasa ya.
Oke.
Oke Mbak Dasa.
Oke, akan saya oper ke teman-teman yang sudah raise hand ya.
Sorry, Philip, who is share screen? Is me or you?
No, it's better you because I'm using a different PC for VR.
Oh, okay. I will share my screen, yeah, because I
Okay.
use my same PC for this.
Okay. Yes. We keep the sound on Zoom, of course, and so when you connect, you just turn off the sound in VR.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay. But you're not connected right now, are you?
No, I'm going to connect now. Wait. Oke, buat teman-teman yang sudah join, tolong dikonfirmasi apakah sudah masuk atau belum. Saya coba masuk juga ya.
So now we will connect, please, Arbayu and me in the room. Arbayu will share a screen, and then you will see how we can fly around and do a collaboration in VREX. Again, we are going into this train station, which is an old version, so it's plenty of issues. So it's really nice for a demonstration. Okay, there you go. So now let's go in VR. Okay, where are you? There you are. Hi, bye.
Hai. Sorry, buat teman-teman, ada yang sudah masuk belum? Saya tunggu sekarang di room.
Okay, ready?
Wait. We waiting for the 3 people who I share the
Okay.
room code. Ada yang sudah
Ini
masuk?
gimana teman-teman yang udah aku send link code-nya? Sepertinya masih di-download, Pak Harbayu.
Download ya sudah. Mungkin kalau sudah masuk, mohon bantu konfirmasi ya Mbak Desha ya.
Oke.
Saya coba. Sorry kalau gambarnya agak patah-patah, tolong di komen ya teman-teman.
So Arbayu, when you're sharing your screen in VR, you need to be careful and don't move too fast.
Okay.
And don't move your head too much because people are looking on the screen. They're gonna feel not comfortable. You have to go slowly because just on the screen it's not the same as being in VR, and you should do a slow movement. That's what I mean. Okay. Especially with your head. Otherwise, okay. On the screen it's not comfortable. Okay. So shall we wait for more people or shall we start the presentation now?
Wait, apakah sudah bisa masuk Mbak Desha, teman-teman? Sorry yang teman-teman sudah saya berikan grupnya, atau kita mulai dulu Mbak Desha?
Sepertinya belum ada konfirmasi selanjutnya. Gimana teman-teman? Mungkin boleh di chat lagi sekali lagi. Oke, katanya kurang 50 MB. Oke.
You wait, Mr. Philip, just download.
Okay.
50 megabytes again.
So okay, I'm gonna teleport you to me.
Okay.
So there you go. Okay. So now we are on the platform.
Yeah.
Now we can do a nice showing because people can understand. Yes, this is a train platform.
Yeah.
We got a guest.
Okay. In the meeting, is it a guest?
The guest is attached desktop user to me. I'm going to attach to the desktop user to me.
Okay.
Okay. Hello, sir. So now this person sees what I see.
Oke, untuk yang guest, jadi langsung diinjek ceritanya di konsep ini, yang guestnya masuk ke dalam kamera yang sama dengan Mr. Philip. Jadi dia geraknya sesuai dengan apa Mr. Philip gerak, akan sama gerakannya. Is that same ya with your movement ya for the guest ya, Mr. Philip?
Yeah. I just attach someone to me who's on a laptop. So now we should go to users, select my name with the 3 dots, and then say detach or unfollow.
Okay.
So I don't know, because there was no name. I don't know who is it.
I think. Wait.
So we wait for more people or what?
Mbak Desya, apakah menunggu lagi? Apa kita langsung mulai saja? Bagaimana? Cukup satu aja? Apa ada teman-teman lain yang kalau misalnya
Sepertinya banyak yang memiliki kendala, jadi mungkin boleh untuk dilanjutkan aja due to the time constraints sih Pak.
Okay, Philip, we go. You can.
Well, we do the demo now.
Yeah, we do the demo.
Okay, so you see when I'm in VR, I have access to many different tools.
Yeah.
So the first one would be the laser, because we want to make sure we talk about the same thing. So I want to talk about, obviously there is a problem over there. We can see this display, the screen looks like it's hitting the pillar. Okay, so maybe this could be a problem. Maybe we should move the screen, right? Yeah. What do you think, Alba? I think we should do something here.
Yeah.
Maybe we should put this one a little bit lower. So what I can do, I can draw. I'm gonna make like this, and I'm gonna draw an arrow to say, okay, this should go down a little bit.
Yeah.
You see?
Yeah.
And maybe I want to measure, so I can do a measurement. Let's say if I do like this, and I want to measure exactly. Okay. 348. I think we can put it down a bit because it's okay. People are not so tall. So we could maybe decide to put these two screens a little bit lower. Okay. Maybe put it in that area here, around here, that level. That should be okay. So this is how you basically comment on the model. And you can do some measurement. So you can decide how to fix the issue. And you can say from here, oops, no, from here. Oh, sorry, I made a mistake. But yeah, you can just decide how you want to fix the issue. What you can do is then create a BCF. So maybe Arbayu, you want to do that? You click on the 3 dots, then on the flag.
Issue manager?
Yes. Your issue manager, and then you create a BCF. So you can just open your BCF, and then you take a picture. Yep. Yeah, you didn't. You have to say BCF zip. You have to click on BCF zip and save and return. You need to choose BCF zip, and you need to go back on your PC and choose BCF zip, because you need to do that when you enter VR first. Yeah, you have to take off your goggles for a second and then look at your PC.
Okay, I made it first, yeah.
Yeah, and you select BCF zip. You have to select BCF zip first.
Yeah, on the web platform, yeah, you mean?
No. Just go back to VR, to VREX. Yeah, you see on the right, you see you got BIM Color, BIM Sync, BIM Track. On top, you got BCF zip on your PC.
Oh, on my PC. Wait.
Yeah.
Oh, this one, BCF zip.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. You say BCF zip.
Plus, yeah.
You say plus. Then, okay, confirm. Save and return to VR. And now you can create an issue. So if you go back to the place, and then you can take a picture and create an issue. You point the camera, you take a picture. That's it. If you put your hand a little bit further down, because we see the screen is the menu is too close. Okay. And then you can start making a text.
Prepare the defect.
Your menu is too close from your headset. You should put your hand a bit further so we cannot see the menu. Okay, that's better.
It's okay.
Mm-hmm. Then you can create, you save, you make an issue, and then if you do edit issue, then you see it's all the, if you show the menu, it's a type, label, status, etc. So that's the BCF format. And if you want to assign the task to someone, you can just say assign to, and then you find someone in the project and you assign the task. So the whole idea is that you go to the issues, you make a picture or you make more comments, and you design, you measure, whatever you need to do. And then you can assign the task to someone in the project. So that person will receive a notification that says, hey, you have been assigned a task, please check it. So that person can go back to their editing software like Revit, and then they can open the BCF, they see what's the problem, they can fix the model, and back again to the loop. So that's the main thing you can do with VREX. Now we can do a few more stuff. Let's see. We can go to object, because maybe you don't want to see everything. So you can say, okay, I don't want to see the floor. I want to see what is under. Maybe there is some pipes we need to check. What do you think? Oh, boy, I think could be some pipe issues. Oh, there's a lot of stuff here. Oh, you see?
More detail now. Wait.
You see over there?
Yeah. It's not
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Wait. This is the green one. Wait. This is okay, I think.
Mm-hmm. So you see over there, behind you, again, there's a lot of troubles here. Oh, that's a big mess. I think we have to fix that as well. Yeah. So those pipes colliding with this. So this is how we can just check things. So object you can display or not display. And you can also have info. So over here, if you go to object and info.
Make some new wait, yeah, I made the droppers.
Go object,
yeah.
Then info.
Wait, object.
Yeah, and then on top, info.
On top, this one.
On the eye on the left, top left, yeah, this one. And then now you click on any object. You select an object, and then you will see all. Yeah, there you go. Then you see all the data. You should put your hand a bit further from you. How about you? Yes, that, yeah, like that. And then you see you got all the details from that particular object. So again, you got access to the data of the object in your model. So if you need this kind of information to make a decision, it's very simple. You select the info, click on the object, and then you can see what kind of pipe is it, what kind of door is it, etc., etc. Okay. So that's another important part of VREX is access to the data. So you have access to the BCF, and then you have access to the data. We have seen that you can measure things. Now we can go into, I'm going to reset all. Oops, sorry. I'll go up, yeah. Now what we can do, we can decide how many models we want to show. I don't want to show architecture, so I'm going to get rid of it. and then we will see only the networks, you see? So now if we have a meeting between electricians and plumbing, ventilation, then that's what they want to look at. They don't care much about architecture. They just want to check these kind of models. So you can decide which model you want to display, depending on what you need to talk about. If you have a meeting between ventilation and elec, and these guys need to coordinate their different networks, then that's a very easy way to do this, okay? Then you have the navigation part. So when you navigate, you can fly, you can do smart navigation and teleport. So these are different ways to do it in VR. They're more like a classical things. I see Ricky is joining us. Ricky. So you see, we all share the same view. So if I display something, everybody sees it. If I put back architecture, then we all back into the same view. If I take it off, then we are just back again. So everything we do, everybody can see. So if Hawaii makes a drawing, I will see it. If he makes a measurement, I will see it, etc., etc. So we are actually in the model together, and we see the same things. Okay, and we have all these possibilities to move around and to select object and to draw and measure. Now, when yeah, so the next one would be the users and how to connect from different users. I see Ricky is on the desktop mode. So what I can do, I can either attach him to me. So it's because I say, hey, Ricky, where are you going? I'm going to attach you to me, Ricky, okay? So here you go, bang. So now Ricky is with Arbayu now.
Okay.
Yeah, yeah. So Ricky, if you want to, now Ricky sees what Arbayu sees.
Yeah.
But if Ricky, if you want to detach, you just need to go to the little face, the menu with the little face called users. And you click on Arbayu. And then you can go detach. And then you will be able to detach. Or you're attached to me now. Okay. So now you can just detach if you want. Or if you go with me, we can just fly around and we can explore different things like these big pipes over there. Okay. And you see it's very smooth to travel around. It's very easy to fly. And the viewer, it's a 3D viewer, it's extremely easy to move. I don't know how it goes on the screen because we are in internet connection and sharing with a lot of people now. But I hope it's not too lagging too much. But when you are in VR, it's very smooth. It's very comfortable. Then we have the issues that we can do. We have seen that. The issue manager we've seen. Now we can do scale mode. That would be the last thing we will do. We're gonna go electrical and mechanical. So Abayu, can you do that? You go to scale mode, you have that?
Scale mode, which one?
Next to the flag, between flag and the issue manager.
Okay, scale mode. Oh.
Okay.
I think it depends on the hardware, yeah.
Okay. Yeah, this one is difficult on PC. Yeah. Okay, maybe we don't do that then. Yeah. Okay, let's see if I do that, then you will see I will end up being a giant. Now you see me as a giant, I guess.
Yeah. More bigger.
Yeah. Yeah. So it's just a way to visualize the whole model in a different way. But when you do that, you actually ask your graphic card a lot of work. So we recommend to do it with being careful. So I'm going to go back one-to-one again. Okay. And I think we've pretty much done the full tour. You know, we look at the tools. We look at the layers. We look at navigation between people, the different users, and create an issue and look at models. So that's pretty much what you do with VREX. And the real way and the only way to really, let's say, understand or feel how it is to be in VR is to be in VR. It is difficult to explain if you're not with the headset and if you're not yourself flying around and checking things, because this is really like, it looks real. And on the screen, it's okay, but it's really not as effective as being in virtual reality. So I'm gonna take off my headset now. Okay, there you go. Okay. And yeah, I think we are ready for questions, maybe, or comments.
Ya. Mungkin dari kita.
I hope the demo was okay. I hope you can see okay the screen. Was that okay?
It was a little bit lagging, but we get the whole picture, sir.
Okay, hopefully good.
Okay, so maybe we are going to go to the Q&A session. So before that, because of the demo that was been demonstrated, many of the participants are very eager to actually want to be on the VR itself. So is it possible, sir, to to open the VREX for 30 minutes post this workshop?
Yes, if you have the code and you download the viewer, I will leave the access for today. So
Okay,
you can
then.
just go into the room and fly around and do what you want to do. You may be with a lot of people, but it's okay.
Oke, dan thank you, sir. Jadi ini teman-teman buat yang mungkin belum sempat download the software, tapi tadi tuh udah sempat download. So, the room itu bakal dibuka selama 30 menit setelah workshop. So, you guys can access it and you can fly around and see the room itself with your own PC. So, with that being said, now we are going to continue with the Q&A session. So, we are going to go to the first question, which is in Indonesia by Panji Saribuana. I'm going to translate it. So the question is, what is the selling point of VREX product than other BIM products that is quite similar to VREX itself? Maybe Sir Philip or Sir Harbayu could answer this question.
If there are similar solutions than VREX on the market? That's the question?
Yes.
Yeah. There's not that many, actually, on the market today. As I said, there's mostly Enscape and Twin Motion, which are more like showing, the texture, the sun, the shadows, and as I said, the Hollywood BIM, as I call it nicely. So these are very popular with architects because they like to show the project as it will be when it's finished, and they want to sell their ideas. Now, when it comes to collaboration in VR, there might be a couple more on the market called Iris, one called Iris, but they are more limited in the way they work. They don't do a really large project because you have to understand, either you do heavy models like we do, or you do the textures and the fancy stuff. We decided to go for the heavy models, and some of them, they are doing half and half, so some textures and some models. And the problem is you cannot do both in a good way. So I would say today, we don't have really a competitor who says we have the same and we go as good as you are. And I would say maybe there's only 5 or 6 maybe companies in the world doing this. So it's a very narrow market, really.
Okay, that really answers the question. Thank you, Sir Philip. So
tambahkan juga,
oh ya,
mungkin dalam bahasa mungkin ya, dalam bahasa. Jadi buat teman-teman. Jadi memang kalau dalam platform BIM ini kan yang kita butuhkan kan adalah dalam cara berkolaborasinya. Seperti yang Pak Philip katakan tadi bahwa software yang berkolaborasi dalam mindset BIM, workflow BIM terutama yang bisa memakai file IFC dan dia bisa support ke BCF dan sebagainya itu belum banyak. Makanya kita bisa bilang VREX ini masih bisa dikatakan termasuk yang terdepan lah dalam solusinya seperti itu. Dalam solusi yang berkaitan dengan VR seperti itu. Jadi kalau bicara yang tadi misalnya kita bisa bandingkan dengan Twinmotion ataupun Lumion, itu kan lebih kepada yang tadi Pak Philip katakan kan lebih kepada Hollywood BIM, jadi lebih kepada yang sifatnya arsitektural saja gitu. Nah, sedangkan kalau di sini kan benar-benar sifatnya lebih ke teknis ya, dan langsung direct kepada workflow BIM yang dikaitkan dengan pekerjaan yang berkaitan dengan modeling BIM itu sendiri. Karena antara Hollywood BIM sama yang kita kerjakan ini adalah satu hal yang berbeda. Satu sisi hanya mengedepankan visual saja, yang sini kita lebih mengedepankan secara technically modeling itu yang berkaitan dengan pekerjaan yang akan dilakukan. Seperti itu sih Mbak Desa. Silakan.
Oke, terima kasih Pak Harbayu atas tambahannya. Sebelum saya lanjut ke pertanyaan selanjutnya, I would like to encourage for the participants yang mau nanya langsung, you guys could raise your hand through the features in Zoom and ask directly to the instructors. Okay, so with that being said, are there any questions on the floor that could be asked through the Zoom? I guess for now, there are still not. So we're going to continue. We're going to continue in the share screen. So what happens to the model of the projects that is already done? Can it be archived forever, downloaded, or there is limited storage on the cloud service? Okay, Sir Philip and Sir Harbayu.
So the model, as I said, we do not keep the models, okay? So what we can keep is the picture, the image, the virtual reality image. So this we can archive. It cannot be, it can be downloaded because you have access to this particular VREX room. And as long as you pay for the license, it will be there. And that's basically it. If you can delete any project as well, or you can keep it. The thing is, if you do not have the license or access, you cannot access. And we will not keep the models if there's no license attached to it.
Okay, thank you, sir. For Sir Harbayu, are there any additional statement?
Ini kan isunya, saya pakai bahasa yang mungkin biar lebih jelas. Isunya kan lebih kepada masalah copyright modelingnya lah. Jadi intinya VREX tidak akan men-share modeling yang sudah teman-teman masukkan ke dalam platform kita, karena itu memang benar-benar dedicated per user yang menggunakan. Jadi yang di-share itu hanya saja BCF file-nya saja. Nah, BCF file-nya itulah yang digunakan untuk berkolaborasi ketika ada isu. Isu itu apa? Isu itu masalah yang tadi dicontohkan ya, kayak tadi ada piping yang tabrakan. Nah, itu BCF-nya itu yang bisa diberikan kepada platform-platform BIM yang lainnya. Nah, BCF itu apa sih sebenarnya? BCF itu kan adalah sebuah file yang untuk kita menyelesaikan sebuah isu yang di situ ada terkandung informasi sama geolokasi. Jadi ketika kita buka file BCF itu akan sesuai dengan lokasi yang dikomenkan seperti itu. Nah, itulah yang di-share. Tapi kalau untuk modelingnya tidak, itu dedicated untuk si kliennya itu sendiri. Seperti itu sih, Mbak Desa.
Oke, terima kasih Pak Harbayu. Oke, sebelum aku lanjut lagi nih teman-teman ke pertanyaan yang ada di Slido, apakah ada yang ingin menanyakan langsung ke Pak Harbayu dan ke Pak Philip? Oke, sepertinya belum ada. Now we're going to continue with the third question. So I want to ask by the anonymous, can VREX? Is it possible to not use VR for the simulation? Could we join through phone or other devices?
Now with the phone, it will be difficult. Also, this will not work with Apple or Macintosh PC. It has to be Windows-based, okay? So that's the first point. Second point, with a mobile phone, it will not be strong enough to use VREX. But you can use your laptop. And again, if you have the room code and if you have downloaded the viewer from VREX, then you can definitely join this particular project for the rest of the day, I would say.
Okay, thank you, sir.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, we're going to continue. I want to ask, can VREX BIM support the landscape architecture field, such as the site planning and design process and the detailed landscape design? Okay.
These are different kind of files, like GS files. So what we can support is all IFC files. So that's one thing. Second, if you use Navisworks, Navisworks is from Autodesk, and in Navisworks you can put a lot of different kind of files. So we use Navisworks as a translator, you could say. So if you put your model in Navisworks and you can open it in Navisworks, yes, you can open it also in VREX by using the plugin between Navisworks and VREX. So as long as you can open it in Navisworks, you can open it in VREX. That's basically the rule. So that's easy to remember.
Okay, thank you, sir. For Pak Harbayu, are there any additional statement?
Ya, sebenarnya tambahan aja sih, memang untuk mungkin untuk landscape kan ada beberapa file yang lebih kaitannya lebih ke GIS file. Dan memang VREX tidak langsung direct bisa masuk file GIS itu ke dalam VREX. Makanya ada solusi yang kalau teman-teman yang tahu pernah menggunakan Navisworks, itu kan Navisworks kan bisa masuk berbagai macam file tuh. Nah, kita menggunakan translator dari Navisworks itu yang bisa kita masukkan ke dalam VREX secara directly, jadi tanpa harus kita mentranslate lagi file-file yang lain. Paling itu sih solusinya. Jadi secara untuk landscape apakah bisa atau tidak, ya kita menggunakan platform pembantu yaitu tadi Navisworks itu sendiri. Itu sih, Mbak.
Oke, terima kasih Pak. Oke, sebelum sekali lagi nih sebelum aku lanjut ke pertanyaan di Slido, apakah ada lagi nih teman-teman yang mau nanya directly to the instructors? Okay, seeing none, I'm going to continue with the questions in the Slido. Okay, so why is it more difficult to use a PC than VR when running the VREX? I thought PC as easy as VR. Okay.
Yeah, I don't say it is more difficult to use the PC than VR. I'm just saying that on a PC, you are looking at a 3D model on a 2D screen. When you are in VR, you are in 3D. So you will have a more understanding, a better understanding of the volumes, the distance, the size of things when you are in VR. You use VREX on a PC, it's fine. You can use the gamer's keys, keyboard, the arrows, the mouse. So you can walk around, fly around. You can do all the things we do in VR, but you will miss the third dimension. You will be just still on a 2D screen. So that's for me why VR is much better than just using a PC, because on the screen, you're just on the screen like anything else. So it's not more difficult. You just you got less information, less understanding, I would say. That's the difference between VR. It's very difficult to explain if you haven't tried VR. The only way to understand is to put the VR headset on, and then you will really realize wow, okay, now I get it. That's all.
Okay, thank you, Sir Philip. So for Pak Harbayu, once again, is there any additional statement?
Mungkin menambahkan aja. Jadi intinya memang kedua platform ini berjalan beriringan sih, nggak bisa di separate ya. Jadi VREX dengan PC dan VR itu satu paket berdampingan, karena untuk mengakses 3D modelingnya itu ya menggunakan PC itu sendiri gitu loh. Karena memang PC itulah yang mendirect data-data itu agar bisa dilihat di kacamata VR. Jadi memang satu platform yang berdampingan sih, nggak bisa dipisah gitu sih Mbak Desa.
Oke, terima kasih Pak. Oke, sepertinya pertanyaan yang di Slido sudah habis. Apakah teman-teman dari 200-an orang ini ada yang ingin bertanya lagi? Perhaps bisa lewat Slido ataupun bertanya secara langsung. Okay. Oh, okay. There is another question in all caps lock, so I'm just going to read it. In the world of digital construction, what types of products can be produced to be activated using digital software, especially VREX? Okay, sir.
Let me try to understand this question. What type of products can be produced to be activated using digital? If we say what type of products, like what kind of projects can be produced, like can be worked on, any project where you use a 3D model, you can use VREX with. It's for building, for factories, for bridge, tunnels, airport, etc. So that's any kind of construction project. As long as you have a 3D model, most likely you can use it in VREX. So that would be my answer, because I'm not 100% sure about the word product can be produced. But I think that's what they meant.
Okay, thank you, sir. Once again, for Pak Harbayu, is there any other additional statement?
Ya sih, ini cukup bingungin sih, tapi ya udah mungkin hampir sama apa yang saya pahami oleh Mr. Billy juga, bahwa semua project bisa kita lakukan asal semua itu berbasis yang ada modelingnya ya, modeling dalam yang dibuat oleh software authoring BIM gitu. Ini seperti itu sih, mau dia jembatan, mau dia bangunan, mau dia sampai ke berbagai hal lah gitu kan, itu yang asal dia ada modeling ya, pasti bisa kita kolaborasikan di dalam platform VREX ini. Sementara sih itu sih Mbak Desa.
Oke, terima kasih Pak. Oke, kita akan lanjut lagi. Maybe this is a follow-up question for the previous answer. Sorry, I missed whether or not this software would be used on a Mac or PC.
Only be used on a PC, not on a Mac.
Okay, I think that's quite explanatory. Thank you, sir. Okay, now we're going to the last question on the Slido. What kind of projects could we use the BIM modeling for? Is it only for high-rise or large-scale based buildings? Can we use it for site planning, etc.?
Okay, the BIM modeling, so building information modeling, you can use it for any kind of construction, from a house, it could be a private house, all the way to the largest building you can imagine. It's all about you create a digital model of your project. Okay, so BIM modeling can be used on any kind of building project. Now, of course, it is a cost. You have to invest in some software. You have to have some knowledge about how to make a model. And most likely, the larger the project, the most likely there will be a BIM. I would say today, if you take Norway, I would say first it is compulsory. So all public buildings have to be done in BIM. And now most of the buildings are done in BIM in Norway because they realize they save time and money. I think it's a market that is growing. More and more people do digital drawings and 3D models of their buildings. And it's the way to do it now.
All right.
Sorry. So can we use it for the site planning? Yeah, site planning would be more like a 4D, like because you add the time on the model. So that's a different kind of software you would need. It's not the same. But BIM modeling is just to create the building information in the 3D models, and then you can use it for many things.
Okay, thank you, sir. Once again, for Pak Harbayu, is there another statement?
Sorry, maaf nih, kamera saya mati ya, nggak apa-apa ya.
Oh iya, nggak apa-apa, Pak.
Jadi memang benar kalau seperti yang dijelaskan Mr. Philip tadi, bahwa apa sih project yang bisa digunakan dengan menggunakan metode BIM gitu ya, semua project ya sesuai dengan bahasanya building information modeling, yang building, nge-build, yang entah itu jembatan ataupun apapun itu, baik kecil dan besar. Bahkan memang diarahkan ke project yang sangat besar, karena kan di sini kan diharapkan kan ada efektivitas lah. Ketika kita berbicara koordinasi dengan gambar 2 dimensi, dengan tadi cara VR, saya yakin pasti akan lebih efektif kan dibandingin kita berdebat di dalam kacamata 2 dimensi gitu kan. Makanya timbullah yang ada namanya metode BIM ini yang sehingga akhirnya kita mengembangkannya kepada metode virtual reality seperti itu. Jadi bicara lagi yang selanjutnya ini apakah kita bisa membuat set planning ya, seperti kata Mr. Peter di bawah set planning itu ada unsur time itu kan kalau di siklus BIM itu kan ada 3D dan 4D. Nah, dia masuknya ke siklus 4D. Nah, untuk time sendiri kan berarti kan ada unsur ketika kita mengolah di 3 dimensi itu kaitannya dengan berapa lama waktu pembangunan sebagainya. Itu ada software tersendiri sih. Jadi nggak bisa hanya authoring software aja. Authoring software itu software yang untuk nge-build 3D-nya ya. Kalau 4D itu ada lagi tambahan add-on untuk bisa menganalisa itu ya. Dan banyak sih software itu banyak nanti ya. Kalau kita ada kesempatan lagi bisa kita bahas untuk itu Mbak Desa.
Oke, terima kasih Pak Harbayu.
Ya.
Oke, kita akan lanjut ke pertanyaan selanjutnya. How long would it take for an amateur to learn BIM? Okay.
That's depends. That first of all, to learn BIM is like to say how long it takes to learn medicine. It depends how far you want to go. And there's many different kind of jobs in the BIM let's say world. You can just be someone who just make the drawings in 3D. So you learn this kind of software that someone can learn by itself, or you can go to a class and have a BIM education. Then you need to learn about the BIM processes, the BIM rules, the BIM and more softwares, or you can be a BIM manager, a BIM director. So there's many different levels of BIM itself. BIM is like a medicine, let's say. It's like so big, you cannot just say how much it takes to learn medicine. It could be a few months, it could be all your life.
Okay, so it depends on what are we going to use it for as well. Okay.
Yeah, what kind of job you're planning to have? There's many different kind of jobs in the BIM world.
Okay, very much noted. Okay, for Pak Harbayu ada tambahan lagi, Pak?
Iya sama sih. Jadi BIM itu ya sangat luas sekali ya. Jadi berbicara BIM sangat luas, batasannya apa ya? Tidak terbatas bahkan kan gitu. Bahkan ketika nanti teman-teman ini jadi jurusan sipil ya misalnya kan sipil ya sekarang ya. Teman-teman dari sipil gitu. Tiba-tiba belajar BIM itu akan mengerti banyak tentang hal-hal di luar sipil misalnya seperti besar ruang dan sebagainya itu kan di luar sipil harusnya kan itu kan bidang arsitektur kan. Bahkan sampai kepada cahaya ataupun sebagainya lah gitu. Karena memang di sini tuh memungkinkan kita untuk belajar multidisiplin di situ. Makanya bicara berapa batasnya baik lagi dari teman-teman ini mau sejauh mana ingin menggapai ya seperti kita melihat hidup inilah kita mau kemana hidup ini kan. Jadi kalau teman-teman hanya saya pengennya fokus di 3D aja, oke 3D ya udah kita fokus di authoring, kita belajar trik-triknya gimana bikin 3D yang bagus gitu kan untuk bisa ngeluarin BIM yang baik. Tapi kalau misalnya saya pengen jadi bos deh, saya mendingan belajar manajemen BIM. Ya udah belajarnya manajemen BIM itu bisa jadi BIM manager yang bisa akhirnya bisa terus meningkat kepada lain sebagainya. Ujung-ujungnya mungkin pemahamannya kalau sekarang dia manajemen BIM kan lebih dekat kepada ISO 19650 misalnya seperti itu. Jadi banyak hal sih yang bisa kita pelajari dan itu bahkan memungkinkan kita untuk paham multidisiplin ilmu yang lain lah. Jadi memang opportunity sangat besar sekali. Jadi kalau bicara BIM sampai mana ya sebatas kalian memimpikannya lah gitu sebenarnya gitu. Tapi baik lagi sih kalau buat teman-teman masih muda better sih belajar semuanya buat saya sih gitu sih. Gitu aja.
Oke, terima kasih Pak Harbayu. Oke, sepertinya ada yang raise hand nih untuk Rizky Raudotul Amalia. Is there any questions on the floor? You could immediately ask your question.
Oke, untuk Pak Harbayu.
So there was a question about industrial things.
Yes, sir. But there's someone who raises their hand first. So we're going to.
Okay.
Oke, Rizky, kalau 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 misalkan untuk yang baru belum mengerti BIM itu kalau VREX-nya dipakainya waktu apa? Oh, sudah waktu dia menjadi gimana?
Yang bagus sih. VREX itu digunakan ketika di fase untuk koordinasi dan reviewing. Lebih banyak di sana. Jadi itu akan terasa sekali gunanya karena ketika kita bicara suatu ruang dan suatu masalah. Halo?
Kan tema
Halo.
Halo.
Halo Rizky.
Maksudnya kecil.
Gimana?
Di Parbayu.
Halo, gimana?
Ya.
Lanjut atau bagaimana?
Sore Pak Parbayu.
Desa?
Lanjut.
Lanjut aja Pak.
Oke. Jadi bicara tadi saya coba ulangi lagi. Jadi memang di VREX ini platform yang banyak digunakan setelah di fase modeling itu sudah selesai, sudah dibuat. Itu adalah fase untuk kita untuk mereview, membuat analisa atau membuat koordinasi lah seperti itu. Karena situ kan nanti kan akan ketahuan nih, oh ini ternyata kolomnya terlalu tinggi, oh ini pipanya tabrakan dan sebagainya seperti itu. Jadi di sanalah akan terasa gunanya. Kenapa kita menggunakan virtual reality? Karena untuk beberapa kasus kita bisa jadi tuh melihat 3D di dalam desktop pun juga masih ada yang kurang. Makanya kalau misalnya nanti kita sempat bisa demo ya secara live ya dengan teman-teman juga, nanti kita bikin acara yang bisa langsung merasakan lah fungsi dari VR itu tuh akan berbeda sekali ketika nanti kita mereview suatu hal itu dengan menggunakan desktop saja ataupun bahkan gambar tercetak dengan menggunakan VREX itu sendiri. Ya seperti itu sih. Jadi untuk mempermudah fase di ranah koordinasi dan memberikan review. Seperti itu sih Mbak Rizky.
Oke, untuk Mbak Rizky ada tanggapannya terlebih dahulu? Oke, sepertinya tidak ada.
Halo?
Iya.
Ya, masih. Maaf, tadi Pak Arbayu kan suaranya lebih kecil kok dari saya. Itu boleh lebih dekat lagi nggak Pak?
Oke, kedengeran?
Suaranya masih kecil.
Kecil ya?
Ada kecil gitu. Iya.
Oke, keras segini? Halo?
Ya, iya Pak. Ya.
Gimana? Diulangi lagi? Sorry. Halo? Desa?
Mungkin boleh dipersingkat aja ya Pak.
Oh iya, saya singkat aja. Jadi intinya VREX ini digunakan untuk proses reviewing desain sama untuk proses koordinasi Mbak Rizky. Jadi untuk proses modelingnya memang digunakan software authoring yang sudah populer saat ini digunakan seperti ArchiCAD ataupun Revit ataupun Tekla dan sebagainya gitu. Jadi ketika modeling itu sudah jadi, ingin dianalisa akan mempermudah menggunakan VREX. Bahkan ketika nanti yang menganalisa itu misalnya dari sisi owner ya, mungkin mereka tidak tahu ya untuk software-software tersebut kan, kita permudahlah dengan fase ini gitu loh. Harapannya seperti itu. Jadi even orang yang tidak mengerti BIM pun dia akan diharapkan akan lebih mengerti lah bangunannya itu sendiri. Karena memang kan BIM itu ditujukan sebenarnya untuk owner lah, manfaatnya yang paling terbesar gitu. Jadi owner tuh tahu apa yang kita desain, apa yang kita bangun, apa yang kita analisa tuh tahu. Jadi ya intinya sih BIM itu membuat suatu fase tuh tidak ada dusta di antara kita kan gitu. Jadi semuanya kelihatan semua lah seperti itu. Gitu.
Oke, gimana Rizky? Apakah sudah aman?
Desainnya atau kita waktu sudah membangunnya itu?
Gimana?
Iya. Pak, kalau kan VREX itu dipakainya waktu sedang desain, waktu pakai BIM-nya atau saat dia sudah bangunan itu memang sudah ada dan sudah dibikin, jadi kita bisa melihat bagaimana posisi semua yang terpasang atau gimana?
Kan kalau di fase, sorry ya, saya coba agak persingkat dikit. Di fase perencanaan ataupun fase pembangunan kan pasti ada fase untuk koordinasinya kan, Mbak. Disitulah digunakan gitu loh.
Iya.
Jadi proses yang dulu mungkin kita koordinasi hanya dengan gambar 2 dimensi, Di sini kita menggunakan metode BIM yang semua proses koordinasi menggunakan gambar 3 dimensi gitu sih Mbak. Seperti itu sih. Jadi perihal nanti ada perubahan ya pasti ada perubahan. Namanya project pasti ada perubahan dan pasti ada masalah lah. Nggak mungkin nggak ada masalah kan. Nah, disinilah gunanya VREX itu untuk menghadapi hal tersebut untuk menjadi lebih mudah. Bahkan di sisi owner sekalipun ketika mereka ingin melihat masalah tersebut seperti itu sih.
Oke, maaf banget nih teman-teman. Due to time constraints, we are going to end this Q&A session. But please do not worry, because if you guys have further questions and you want to further ask directly, you can went to the 360 virtual exhibition. The link will be down below by the committee. You can immediately ask, you can access it through the link and ask directly. So we are now going to move along to a different session, which is a certificate. So once again, I would like to say personally, thank you for Sir Philip and Sir Harbayu for taking the time to come to ITB Civil Engineering Expo 2022. So to wrap up today's insightful session, we invite Sir Philip and Sir Harbayu to give their final closing statement. So maybe Sir Philip can go first.
Yeah, thank you for inviting me for this great session. I see there was a lot of people listening, so I hope we give some people inspiration and ideas that they can find maybe a way of improving the world and using BIM to create better buildings, collaborate and understand that there's value into collaboration. VREX is just a small part in all the BIM world of solutions. We are just putting a little bit here for you guys. I hope you will be happy to continue your education in this. Please feel free to go on the website. You can ask for a free trial if you want. And yeah, I hope we're going to hear from you soon. And again, thank you for inviting us for this session. It was really nice. And yeah, and thank you, Harbayu, for getting us in there. Thank you so much.
Okay, thank you once again, Sir Philip. Okay, now for Pak Harbayu, you may have the floor.
Sampaikan dengan bahasa. Jadi intinya terima kasih banget buat teman-teman yang sudah hadir di webinar kita hari ini. Intinya memang VREX adalah bagian kecil dari semua bagian proses dari BIM itu sendiri, yang besar harapan kami ini akan menjadi solusi yang terbaik dalam workflow BIM yang nanti mungkin akan dihadapi oleh teman-teman sekalian dalam pekerjaan nanti. Memang situ akan ada proses yang penyesuaian dan sebagainya. Kita akan senantiasa bisa support. Acilantis dan VREX akan support kebutuhan teman-teman yang kaitan dengan VREX VR yang berkaitan dengan kebutuhan dengan workflow BIM itu sendiri. Jadi jangan terutama buat teman-teman yang masih mahasiswa, apabila ingin mendapatkan versi trialnya bisa langsung kontak ke kita untuk bisa kita support lah dalam hal mencoba workflow ini apakah fit dengan nanti pada akhirnya dengan alur kerja yang akan dilakukan teman-teman di project BIM yang akan bukan mungkin ya, sudah pasti ke depan tuh kita semua akan berkaitan dengan BIM itu sendiri. Ya, gitu sih Mbak Desa dari saya.
Oke, terima kasih Pak. Oke, sekarang kita akan lanjut nih teman-teman to the certificate session. So, I would like to invite Alicia as the committee representative to give a sign of appreciation and gratitude to the speakers. And we also invite each and every one of the participants to give your best and warm reactions through the features available on Zoom as a sign of appreciation to both of our speakers here today. Okay, for Alicia, okay.
Okay, thank you, Dasha, for the opportunity. Also, for the screen, we will wait first.
Okay, while we wait for the screen, maybe for the participants can turn on their cameras once again. Okay, Alicia.
Okay, thank you very much, Dasha, and for the operator as well. So, Sir Philip, as a form of appreciation and gratitude for today's insight given by Sir, in today's session, the ICEE 2022 team has prepared a certificate of appreciation, and to commemorate this event, we will take a picture as a documentation. Maybe the operator already put us on spotlight. Okay, so for this documentation session, I will count down first. Okay, 1, 2, 3. Okay, maybe for another picture. Sorry, yeah. Okay, for the next one, we will give our token of as well to maybe the operator can share the screen again. Okay, is my voice clear now? Is it still lagging? I'm so sorry.
Oh no, it's audible.
Okay, thank you very much. Untuk ini, terima kasih banyak ya kepada Pak Harbayu juga atas kesediaannya untuk workshop pada hari ini. Semoga sukses selalu ya Pak. Dan selanjutnya kita akan dokumentasi bersama juga. Untuk countdown-nya, aku hitung sekarang ya. 1, 2, 3. Oke, terima kasih banyak ya Pak. Untuk sesi selanjutnya akan saya kembalikan lagi kepada MC. Terima kasih.
Okay, thank you so much, Alicia, for the certificate session. Okay, so once again, I would like to say thank you, Sir Philip and Sir Harbayu, for your time attending this workshop. I'm very sure that the knowledge you guys gave to us will be very beneficial in the future. So, if Sir Philip and Sir Harbayu have other activities to attend to, for now you already may leave this Zoom. Once again, thank you so much, Sir Philip and Sir Harbayu.
Well, thank you.
Terima kasih.
Yes, thank you as well, sir.
Okay, bye-bye.
Bye.
Okay. Okay, now we are going to continue with the session that I think everyone is very excited to as well. Tapi sekarang aku bakal ngomong lebih dengan bahasa Indonesia ya teman-teman. Nah, sebelumnya nih ke sesi yang mungkin sangat ditunggu-tunggu oleh teman-teman, tidak cuma workshop BIM, ICEE tahun ini tuh juga menghadirkan virtual exhibition pertamanya. Nah, di online virtual exhibition ini pengunjung dapat mengunjungi langsung dan juga ada job fair di mana pengunjung perusahaan. Nah, it is very exciting, that is why jangan lupa buat mengunjungin website virtual exhibition-nya. Mungkin bisa di-share di Expo ICEE 2020. Okay, it seems like I gained my connection back. Oke, teman-teman, apakah aku aman suaranya sekarang? Mungkin boleh dikonfirmasi dulu. Oke, terima kasih. Nah, seperti yang tadi aku udah bilang nih teman-teman, acaranya tuh belum selesai. Masih ada yang ditunggu-tunggu oleh semuanya, yaitu door prize seharga Rp500.000. Nah, sekarang kita bakal mengundi dengan cara memutar wheels of name-nya untuk menentukan nih siapa 3 peserta yang beruntung mendapatkan Rp500.000-nya. Oke. Oke, udah di-share screen. Wow, ternyata banyak sekali ya peserta yang hadir hari ini. Oke, mungkin sekarang langsung aja kita spin the wheel. Oke, let's go. Wow. Rp500.000 lumayan banget ya teman-teman, apalagi buat anak kosan ini sangat bisa dipakai gitu ya. Oke, first winnernya adalah Darsono Rahmat Zaid. Selamat nih teman untuk nama yang ada di screen ini. Mungkin kita akan lanjut untuk mendapatkan 2 pemenang selanjutnya. Oke, boleh langsung aja di spin the wheel. Oke. Oke, the second winner itu ada Vinka Cindy Maydelin. Maybe aku lupa nih untuk mengkonfirmasi apakah sekarang 2 pemenangnya tuh udah ada gitu ya di sini. Mungkin boleh kalau misalkan ada langsung aja raise hand. Untuk Vinka. Oke, sepertinya ada ya di Zoom. Oke deh, kita akan lanjut untuk the last winner. Langsung aja kita spin the wheel. Oke, siapa nih yang dapat? Oke, Aldo, Yuk, dan Richard. Oke, ini pemenang terakhir dari pengundian ini. Oke, untuk pemenangnya yaitu ada 3 yang tadi. Boleh banget nih teman-teman yang merasa sudah menang langsung aja untuk nge-direct message salah satu komite kita yaitu Alicia Faustina yang tadi memberikan sertifikat untuk mendapatkan hadiahnya secara langsung. Oke deh. Oke, karena sudah mendapatkan 3 winners untuk sesi door prize ini, kita sekarang udah dalam penghujung acara nih teman-teman. So, seperti biasa untuk to end this workshop as a whole, we are going to take a documentation session. Jadi buat teman-teman yang belum on camera, tolong untuk on camera dan menggunakan virtual background yang sudah disediakan. Mungkin oleh panitia bisa di-share lagi nih untuk virtual background-nya. Okay, maybe we are going to wait for 1 minute ya teman-teman untuk menunggu teman-temannya untuk on kameranya. Oke, boleh nih teman-teman langsung aja on kameranya biar kita bisa foto bareng. Oke. Oke, karena udah semenit, sekarang kita akan take the photo. Jadi untuk operator boleh mungkin ya langsung aja diambil alih.
Oke, karena ada 9 slide, untuk slide pertama 1, 2, 3. Untuk slide kedua 1, 2, 3. Untuk slide ketiga 1, 2, 3. Untuk slide keempat 1, 2, 3. Untuk slide kelima 1, 2, 3. Untuk slide ke-6 1, 2, 3. Untuk slide ke-7 1, 2, 3. Untuk slide ke-8 1, 2, 3. Untuk slide terakhir ya 1, 2, 3. Oke, karena udah semua, dikembalikan ke moderator MC. Terima kasih.
Oke, terima kasih. Oke, karena udah photo session, that means that wraps up our event for today. Sebelumnya nih teman-teman, aku mau ngingetin buat ada link feedback yang udah di-share oleh panitia untuk jangan lupa untuk mengisi agar dari pihak ICEE bisa improve workshop dan acara selanjutnya. Okay, so I would like to say thank you buat every participants for making time to join us here today. Semoga materi yang telah disampaikan oleh Sir Philip dan Sir Harbayu dapat dan manfaat buat teman-teman semua. Dan jangan lupa juga nih untuk mengikuti rangkaian acara ICEE lainnya dan mengunjungi online virtual exhibition biar bisa berinteraksi nih dengan perusahaan impian kalian. Nah, untuk link dari virtual exhibition mungkin bisa di-up lagi nih oleh committee, yaitu bit.ly/3D Expo ICEE 2022. So once again, thank you so much for coming, and don't forget to follow all social medias dari ICEE. Ada Instagram ICEE ITB, Twitter ICEE ITB juga, dan juga Facebook and LinkedIn-nya ITB Civil Engineering Expo. Okay, so once again, thank you everyone for coming, and now you may leave the Zoom. Semoga yang tadi bermanfaat ya teman-teman. Makasih. Oke teman-teman, seperti yang tadi aku udah bilang, acara workshop kali ini udah selesai, jadi teman-teman udah boleh banget nih untuk leave Zoom-nya karena setelah ini sudah tidak ada acara lanjutannya. Terima kasih ya teman-teman sudah menghadiri workshop kali ini.